The screen is shared. Is it visible to you? Yes, no. Screen is visible to you or not?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Okay. So we will start as per our triple P system now from this semester. Okay. So now, as you know, we are NBA accredited. We are having NBA accreditation. So some standard norms are there for our institute, and those we are always follow. So now, first our institute vision. So the vision is to be nationally recognized amongst the best institutes in the India for the excellence in technical education. So this already known to you. Still we are brushing the things. A lot of days in previous semester, prior to that semester also in the online teaching you might have not gone through this. Then institute to mission to impart the value-added technical education through ambience of academic excellence, research, and life skills by inculcating personal touch and respect in the relationship amongst the stakeholders. This is the institute mission. And next, if you see the departmental vision and mission. Okay. So, what is our departmental vision? So, it is to be nationally recognized for excellence in education, strengthen with innovation, research and industry institute interaction in the field of civil engineering. Then the departmental mission to impart the value-added technical education through ambience of academic excellence, applied research and consultancy by inculcating personal touch and mutual respect. Okay. So this is the departmental vision and mission. Now you know program educational objectives. These are 5 program educational objectives. These you have already known. Okay. Then we are having program specific outcomes. 3 program specific outcomes are there. Then we are having program outcomes. 12 POs are there. Okay. So these are the things. I will send this PDF to you. You can go through these things. Okay. So now again, after this vision mission, we will go for COs, course objectives, what you are going to learn in this course. Okay, okay. So now here, these are the course objectives of design of concrete structures too. Okay, so after the completion of this subject, what you will be able to know and what you will be able to do, that is in short written over here in this course objective. These are your objectives. These skills should be developed in you after learning this subject. Okay, so this is the mapping. This you forget this mapping. Okay, you just concentrate on this part. First column, CO number, CO statement and Bloom's level. On these 3 columns you concentrate. Okay, so first is after completion of the course successfully, the students will be able to identify the various design philosophies. Okay, what are the various design philosophies that you will be able to identify. Then second CO is design the various reinforced cement concrete structural components such as staircase and footing by limit state method. So you will learn how to design the staircase and how to design the footing by limit state method. In DCS 1 you learn slab, beam, column. Okay, now here you are going to learn the staircase footing. Then next is the understand the basic concepts and systems of pre-stressing. Okay, so what is pre-stressing, what is its basic concept and what are its systems that you are going to see over here. This is your CO third. Then fourth CO is Analyze the losses of pre-stressed members. Okay. So while doing the pre-stressing, some losses will be there, loss of stress will happen. So what types of losses are there, that you are going to learn. This is your CO4. Then CO5, analyze and design the end block. Okay. So if the pre-stressed beam is there, the end portion of the pre-stressed beam is known as end block. This is I am telling in very short. At that time we will see it in detail. Okay, end block. So analysis and design of that end block you will learn here. Then design of counterfold retaining walls and RCC water tanks by appropriate Indian standard methods. Okay, so design of retaining walls are there and water tanks are also there. This is our CO number 6. Okay, so these are the COs which are over here, which are given over here. So your first CO is related to your chapter 1, your second CO is related to chapter 1 and chapter 2, that is unit 1 and unit 2. Okay, third CO it is related with unit 5 and unit 6. Fourth CO it is related with unit 7 and unit 8. Fifth CO is related with unit number 9. There are total 9 units are there. And sixth CO is related to unit number 3 and unit number 4. So these are the course objectives. You can take the screenshot of this. Now next, moving further. Now we will move to the syllabus. So this is the syllabus DCS2. So 4 hours per week lecture is there. In the practical, although here it is shown, but in the practical there is not any performance. You have to just write the assignments based on every topic. So this scheme you can see here: ISE 30 marks, ESE 70 marks, ICA 50 marks. Okay. So here are also some course objectives and course outcomes are given. Okay, so at the end of the course, students will be made familiar with. So these are the objectives given in the curriculum of university. Course objectives, what university expects from you, that shows this. Okay, analysis and design of RCC staircase and column footing. Then second is the analysis and design of RCC retaining walls and water tanks. Pre-stressing types and systems and analysis of pre-stressed concrete sections. And fourth is the losses of prestress and design of prestress beams. And fifth is the analysis and design of end blocks. Okay, so these are the course objectives, and the before now course objectives which we have seen, that is designed by your subject teacher, that we are expecting you to learn these things. Okay. Now we will move further. We will move to section 1. Okay. In section 1 there are 4 units are there. In section 2 again 5 units are there. So in all total 9 units are there. Okay. So now for the section 1, unit 1, staircases. Okay, staircases designed by limit state method. So in 7 lecture we need to complete this. Okay, but sometimes it requires more time. So here what designs you are going to learn. So design of staircase, types of staircase, design of simply supported and dog legged staircase. Okay, so for your syllabus there is design of two types of staircase, that is first is the dog legged staircase and second is the open well staircase. Okay. So in the unit number 1 you are going to see the two types of the design, that is the dog leg staircase and open well staircase. Dog leg staircase means what? You know that the two consecutive flights are there. Okay, in between two consecutive flights there is a very thin paddi there in between them. Okay, so that is your dog legged staircase. In our college or home normally at home these types of staircase are provided. dog-legged staircase. Okay, because it consumes less space. Okay. Also, whenever the space restrictions are there, we go for the circular staircase at that time. It requires very less space as compared to dog-legged staircase also. Then open well staircase. Open well staircase, generally open well staircases are provided in the commercial building. Like if you say see any government office or any Mahanagarpalika office or any what we can say any apartment where the lift is there. Okay, so you may see that the stairs are around that lift. Okay, and in between that open well means what space at the center is left. Okay, and it may be kept open as it is or and there the lift is fitted. Lift may be there in between. So those types of staircases are called as the open well staircases. So how to design those, that we are going to learn. Just a minute. Okay, so this is we are going to learn in unit number 1. Okay, then unit number 2, column footings. So in the column, this is also 7 lectures are given. So column footings, what we are going to do, design of isolated square and rectangular footings, column footings subjected to eccentric loads. Okay. So normally in the examination, the questions are more asked on the design of isolated rectangular column footings. Okay, isolated rectangular column footing, that we are going to see. So in the second unit, you are going to learn two types of design: isolated square footing and isolated rectangular footing. Okay. So this is your unit number 2. Then unit number 3. So after first and second unit, unit number 3, analysis and design of cantilever and counterfort retaining walls. So here you are going to see the analysis and design of retaining walls. So mainly in the examination, the question is asked on the cantilever retaining walls. Cantilever retaining walls, it is very important. The question is generally asked, many questions are asked on this cantilever retaining wall. So this is your unit number 3. Then the unit number 4 is the design of water tanks. In that design criteria, permissible stresses, design of circular and rectangular GSR by IS code method. GSR means ground storage reservoir. So here basically in the examination they ask you about the rectangular tanks, rectangular ground storage reservoir. Okay. In every examination there is a question on rectangular ground storage reservoir. Okay, that is the important thing. Now next is the here your after these 4 units your section 1 ends. Okay, and after that section 2 starts. In the section 2 here you can see the heading pre-stressed concrete. So in the section 1, some part of the design which is not covered in design of concrete structures 1, the design of limit state, that is covered over here in part 1, that is section 1. And in the section 2, pre-stressed concrete, here you can see again 5 to 9 means 5 units are there. So unit number 5, what unit number 5? Introduction to pre-stressed concrete concept, systems and methods of pre-stressing. Okay. Introduction to pre-stressed concrete concepts, systems and methods of pre-stressing. This is unit number 5. Unit number 6, analysis of symmetrical and unsymmetrical section, thrust line and cable profile. So here you are going to see the different concepts of pre-stressing. Cable profile. It may be parabolic, it may be straight, it may be bent cable. Okay. So those are different cable profiles. So here you are going to see 3 concepts: stress concept, strength concept, load balancing concept. Okay, that we are going to study in unit number 6. Then after that in unit number 7, losses in pre-stress. Losses in pre-stress, pre-tension and post-tension members. Okay, basically the pre-stress is having mainly classified into two types of pre-stress members: pre-tension pre-stress members and post-tension pre-stress members. Okay, so this is what is the classification. So what are the losses that we are going to learn in unit number 7. Then unit number 8, design of rectangular and symmetrical eye sections. So design of rectangular and symmetrical eye sections means design of pre-stress beams. Okay, how to design pre-stress rectangular beam and how to design the pre-stress. For your syllabus only symmetrical eye sections are there. Okay, so how to design the symmetrical eye sections, that we are going to see in this unit number 8. After that, in unit number 9, analysis and design of end blocks by various methods and stress concentration. So analysis and design of end block. So there are Guyon's method is there, then IS core method is there. So we are going to see that how to design it, what is end block and how to design it. Okay. So term work it is having 50 marks ICA. Okay, internal continuous assessment. So the ICA shall be consist of assignments on above syllabus. Okay. So on every topic the assignment will be given to you. You have to complete that assignment and you have to upload that assignment on the Google form. I will share that form with you. You have to upload your assignment there. Okay. And after the within the date, if you within the given date, if you upload it, you will get the marks. Otherwise, it will be considered as a late, and those marks will be cut it down if you submit it lately. Uh, According to the span, delay, late, how many days you have lately submitted the assignment, depending upon that your marks will be given to you in this regard. So please be careful about this, because 50 marks are there, 50 marks are not less marks. If you there is no practical, see, for the subject there is no performance, no practical. Once you submit I will share you with you the assignment booklet, the whole assignment booklet. Okay, and you have to write the assignment based on that, and just you need to submit that assignment, that's it. So for that the marks are given. Then here some reference books are there. So IS 456 2000 and IS 1343, definitely this is required, but IS 456 2000 this is only allowed in the examination. IS 1343 this is not allowed in the examination. Okay, then reinforced cement concrete BC Punmya, this is also good book. Then Jain, this is also good. Then this Sina Krishna Raju, this book is also good. And apart from this, for pre-stress concrete, now you can use this BC Punmya book or Jain for this section 1. Okay, for section 1 of this DCS 2, you can use these two books, Punmya and Jain. And for section 2nd, that is pre-stress concrete, again I will give you two books. One is this Krishna Raju and Krishna Raju. This is good book. And next is the this Ramamrutam. Okay, Pristus concrete. Here that name is not given. Ramamrutam. Okay, you may have heard the name of this author in second year also, third year also. Ramamrutam. His book is very good. Okay, his book on Pristus concrete is very nice. So you can take that Ramamrutam book. Okay, that is good. Okay, so you are saying that please send the PDF of IS 456 2000 in our group. Okay, after completion of this lecture, I will send you the PDF on the WhatsApp group. if possible, or otherwise your college mail IDs are there now. I will send there also. Okay. So this is the introductory part, okay, which we have covered right now. Now we will go to our syllabus and our first unit. Okay. So I'm again requesting you. It is better if you take down the points, if you write the points instead of taking the screenshots. Why I am telling you these things now? See, when you are going for the competitive examination or preparation of next level after this B, these screenshots might not be saved with you if you change your handset or anything happens to the handset, then they will not be. If you write down those points, it is very good. Writing is good for the understanding. Okay, it will. It is very easier to you to understand, and also it will get preserved with you. Okay, so it is very better. And why I am telling these things, because in past year and 2 year I have got that experience that the students, those who have not written the notes at this time, whenever the teaching is there, after the when they appeared for some examination and something else, then they used to call me and ask me, sir, I am getting stuck over here. I don't understand this concept. I want the notes of this concept, and these things are there. Okay. So instead of that, these subjects are very important, and in every, right from MPSC, UPSC, engineering related any competitive examination, if you go, then design subject is must, analysis and design. Okay, you will get the questions based on this. Okay, so now we will again by our triple P system, we will start this everything. Okay, first of all, we will write now here. This is staircase. Unit 1, it is staircase. So, syllabus. First, what is the syllabus? Syllabus of this unit. So, here you are going to learn design of staircase, then terminologies, different terminologies are there, then design of doubling the staircase, design of dogleg staircase, okay, then open well staircase, open well staircase with solid waste slab, with solid waste slab. Okay, so for this unit now I will recommend the book for you, and that book is Ramamrutam. Okay, author of the book. Okay, recommended book, if you ask me, recommended book, it is Ramamrutam. Okay, Ramamrutam. So this is the good book for this unit. Okay, so refer this, it is very nice. So this is the syllabus. Then next is about title of the chapter. Okay, what is the staircase? Okay. So the means by which from one floor to second floor it is connected. Okay. The means by which two floors are getting connected. Okay, is nothing but the staircase. Okay. The staircase is a structure which is used in day-to-day routine life. You know what is the staircase and why we use the staircase. Okay, a staircase connects the two different floors, okay, to each other, so that the for we can use the top floor also, which is not on the ground, with the help of this staircase only. Okay, so about this I can write over here about the title of the chapter. Okay, the means by which the means by which two floors, two different floors are connected are connected for motion or movement of people movement of people. Okay, so is nothing is nothing but staircase is nothing but staircase. So this gives you the idea of what is the title, what the title suggests. Okay, so is it over? So that we will go to the next board. Okay, so the next thing is central idea of the chapter. Central idea of the chapter. So what is the central idea of the chapter? Okay, so this chapter is basically focuses on the Indian standard design of staircase. Okay, so Indian standard design of, according to our IS code, Indian standard IS code, we design the staircase, and some basic terminologies are there. What is riser, what is trade, what is landing, mid landing, and all those things are there. This comes under terminology. The design procedure of dogleg staircase and open well staircase are discussed in this chapter. Okay, so in this chapter, I have already told you we are going to design dogleg staircase and open well staircase. So about this, I can write over here the chapter or unit focus on focus on Indian standard Indian standard design of Indian standard design of staircases. Okay, Indian standard design of staircases and and basic terminologies and basic terminology. Okay, the design procedure, the design procedure for dog-legged staircase, dog-legged staircase, and open well staircase are discussed are discussed in this unit. This is about the central idea of the chapter. Okay. Now next is the basic importance of the unit in the subject, or importance of the chapter in the subject. So what is the importance of this chapter? So this unit gives the basic idea about the evaluation of dead load, live load forces coming on the staircases. Okay, so you will be able to know how to calculate the dead load and live load which are acting on the staircases, and design with placing steel reinforcement. Okay, and you will also means this in this unit design is also there by placing the steel reinforcement. Okay, so due to this unit you can thoroughly understand the concepts of staircase. So this is the importance of this chapter. Okay, so next is the importance of chapter. The chapter gives the chapter gives basic idea about about evaluation of dead load. What idea you will get how to calculate the dead load and live load forces. So how to calculate the live load, okay, coming on staircases, coming on staircases, okay, and along with this, and and also what is the importance of this chapter also, and design with placing design with placing of placing of steel reinforcement. Okay, steel reinforcement. So this is the importance of this chapter. Okay, this is the importance of this chapter. Now the last thing is there, chapter outcomes. Okay. So the last thing, chapter outcomes. So in the and start we have studied the course outcomes, that is course objectives. Now these are the chapter objectives, chapter outcomes. What you will learn from this chapter. Okay. Here after completion of this chapter chapter okay, after completion of this chapter, comma, first thing, after completion of this chapter, student will understand student will understand fundamental concept of staircase. Okay. Second thing, so you will understand the fundamental basic concepts of staircase. Student will students will analyze analyze the staircase for dead load and live load, and last one is students will students be able to design the staircase. Design the staircase. Okay, so these are the chapter outcomes. So after successful completion of this chapter, students will be able to understand the fundamental concepts of staircase. So what is the basic concepts? What is the staircase? What are its components? Okay, so those things are there. Basic concepts. What is riser? What is straight? Then students will be able to analyze, or students will analyze the staircase for dead load and live load. Okay, so now we will start our first unit, staircase. So it is better if you copy down the notes instead of taking the screenshots. I already told you. So now the name of the unit. So staircase, you know that introduction. So introductory part I will write first, then we will discuss on it. Introduction. So it is very simple. While writing, you will understand itself. So stair consists of steps steps arranged arranged in a series for the purpose of giving access to different floors of a building. Different floors of a building. Full stop. The location of the location of stair requires location of the stair requires good and careful consideration. So very easy, simple introductory points are there. The first sentence is stair consists of the steps arranged in a series for the purpose of giving access to different floors of a building. Okay, this already known to you. Stair means what? A series of steps are there. Okay, what is the purpose behind providing those steps? It is giving access to the different floors in a building. Okay, so the location of the stairs required good and careful consideration. Means what? It is see the location of the stairs should be proper. Sometimes you feel that if you visit to anybody's house or any residential commercial complex, internally it comes inside you the feeling that why the stairs are provided here, why it is provided here like this, or it should be provided there, then it may look good or it may be convenient, why it is provided here like this. So these types of things happens with the staircase. Although the construction of the staircase is not that much tedious or difficult, but the location should be proper. Okay, but the location of the staircase must be proper. So it requires careful consideration. Okay, and in some house or some complex, if you visit, inside the feeling will come inside you that the place or placing of the staircase is very good. It is very comfortable, easily accessible. Okay, so these types of things are there in the case of staircases. Now different terms are there that we will understand, okay, which are used frequently in this staircase. So the first term is trade. Okay, the notation we use for trade is capital T, trade. So what is the trade now? Okay, so it is, you already know this, still take it down. The it is the it is the horizontal upper portion of the steps. Horizontal upper portion of the steps. It is the horizontal upper portion of the steps on which we keep our feet. Okay, so this is the trade. Second, riser. Riser, R. Okay, so riser, this is the vertical portion of the step. Okay, riser is nothing but this is the vertical portion of step. If we draw this riser and trade, suppose now this is the slab of the staircase. I will draw simple a line diagram. This is the step. Okay, so these are two steps I have drawn over here. Now if you see this portion, it is called as trade, and this portion, this is called as the riser or riser. Okay, this is called as trade, and this portion is called as riser. Okay, and the angle here, if I draw the horizontal line like this, then the angle, this is the angle of the west slab of the staircase. This portion, this is nothing but this is the west slab. This is called as west slab, and this slab is inclined slab. Okay, remember this. This slab is the inclined slab. It is not the horizontal slab. Okay, so this is about the riser and trade. Now next is the winders. Third definition is winders. This is also you have seen at many places. Winders. Okay, so these are the steps. These are the steps used used for changing the direction of stairs. Stairs. These are the steps used for changing the direction of the stairs. Okay. Normally, In the case of dog-legged staircase, winders are not provided. But sometimes in the case of open well staircase, there may be the need of providing the winders. Okay. So what are the basically what does this winders do? So whenever we need to change the direction of the staircase, then we lay down these winders. Every time now we cannot do that. There should be the mid landing, and from mid landing we can change the direction of the stair. It is not possible every time. Sometimes due to the space requirement or due to some any other reason, we need to change the direction of the steps, and at that time this winders becomes very handy. Okay, you can see many much more pictures of these winders on the Google. You can Google it, you will get the idea after seeing the picture of the winder. Okay, then next is the landing. Fourth one, it is landing. Okay. Landing, this is a horizontal platform. This is the horizontal platform provided provided at the head at the head at the head of a series of steps. At the head of series of steps. Okay, so we will draw it. What is landing or what is lander? Landing. So this is the west slab. This is the west slab of the staircase. Okay. So now if I show here section, or it may be supported somewhere. So landing means what? Now here the steps will be there. This is the portion which consists of steps. Steps I will draw over here. So these are the steps. Okay. So if I numbered it, this is our step number 1, second, third, fourth. Total 4 steps are there. But how many risers and how many treads are there? If I uh, ask you to calculate the risers and treads, suppose now T are the number of treads. How many treads are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 treads are there. How many risers are there? Are risers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here the 4 risers and 4 treads are there. This is this portion. Don't count this portion as a what we can say trade. Okay, don't count this portion as a trade. This portion will come in the stair itself. So I have shown it like this. Okay, it should come over here. इथे डायग्राम मी नीट ड्रॉ केलेली नाहीये. सो या केस मध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलं, ओके, तर दिस हा जो पोर्शन आहे वरचा टॉपचा, हा जो आता मी तुम्हाला इथे दाखवत आहे, हा पोर्शन जो आहे तो लँडिंग मध्येच जातो. दिस इज द लँडिंग. ओके, दिस ऑल पोर्शन इट इज लँडिंग. ही स्टेप मी इथे नीट ड्रॉ केलेली नाही. आय हॅव नॉट ड्रॉन इट करेक्ट. ओके, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट लँडिंग. ओके, आणि ह्याला आपण मग ट्रेड मध्ये काउंट करत नाही, ह्याला लँडिंग मध्ये काउंट करतो आपण हा पोर्शन. ओके, so here you will get the 3 trades and 4 risers. So trades are always P is equal to R minus 1. Okay, so remember this. This you have already seen in BCD, BPD. You have drawn the staircase on sheet. Then after landing, next is the noising. Okay, nosing. Sorry, not noising, nosing. What is nosing now? Nosing is, this is outer projecting edge, outer projecting edge of trade, outer projecting edge of trade. It is nothing but the nosing. Okay, so trade is there now. What is the outer edge of the trade? It is called as nosing. You might have seen that if the residential building is there, and if 3-4 steps are there at the start to enter into the house, then we generally see that those stairs are made up of granite. Nobody will use the floor like tandoor or any other. Normally kota, granite, these types of flooring is used over there for that staircase, for the appearance. Okay, but if you use the granite, then we have to mold that granite if you use it for the staircase. Okay, and nosing means what? That is the edge of that trade which is visible to our eyes, not the other end. Other end of the trade will be fixed there with the riser. So the one end of the trade which is there, that is the edge of the trade, it is nothing but the nosing. Okay, then the next one is the flight. What is the flight? So flight means not aeroplane. So this is flight means this consists of series of steps, series of steps series of steps provided provided between landings. Okay, in between two landings, whatever may be the number of steps are there, series of steps, that is known as flight. Okay, so now if I draw the plan, I will draw the plan of dogleg staircase. I will draw only the line diagram. Okay, now suppose here it is, this portion, landing portion. And now to draw the steps, these are the steps. Okay, so here from this side, from this side, you will move up. आणि या साईडला तुम्हाला काय दिसणार आहे, सेम थिंग बट डॉटेड. Okay, because it is the another flight. Then now whatever, this is the single flight. Now see this distance from this point. Okay, or if the approach slab is there, the slab in front of the staircase, or the portion in front of staircase, whatever may be here. Here suppose now some portion is there like this. I am showing it dotted, it should not be dotted. Okay, dotted never काही मी तुम्हाला इथे दाखवलं तर ह्याला म्हणतात approach slab. Approach means first slab. This landing is called as approach. This is called as landing. This is called as landing. And if I draw this like this, then this is called as approach. Approach. Okay. So flight means what? This is the flight. Whatever this is the series of steps is there. Okay. This is called as flight. या लेंथला फ्लाइट म्हणत नाहीत बरं का, ह्या दोघांच्या मध्ये जी काही सिरीज ऑफ स्टेप्स आहेत in between this landing, that is this approach slab or mid landing and top landing. Okay, whatever may be the series of flight steps are there in between this is called as flight. That is called as flight. Okay, and now the distance, हे जे मी the distance दाखवलंय from this to this is called as going length. The distance, whatever the horizontal distance is there, that is called as going length. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh.
So that approach slab will become at one side only, no? For one flight only, not for two flight, no?
Yes, it is
Because
only for the
landing
one
is
flight.
landing.
It is only for the one flight. At the ground floor, whenever you start from the ground floor now, at that time only the approach slab will be there. Once you pass the approach slab, then there will be the series of steps. Okay, first of all, here it will be the approach slab in this portion. Okay, हे approach दाखवला म्हणजे इकडे पूर्ण कन्सिडर करताय का तुम्ही? See, I will draw it neatly. Don't think it like at the top also approach slab is there. Here the approach will be there up to this point. Okay, at the ground only, and this portion will be connected to the top landing, top floor ला जे काही landing असेल तुमचं, there it is connected. Okay, so now here you can see first you start from the approach. Okay, some portion will be left now in front of the stair sometimes, that is approach. Then the series of steps is there, this is your flight. Okay, and this length is also called as the going length. Then you reach to mid landing, this is called as landing or mid landing. After mid landing, again you start climbing the steps and you reach to the first floor. Okay, and you reach to the first floor, and this is the portion where is the landing of the first floor. Okay, where the slabs of the first floor may be start, may not be start, but here the landing of the first floor is there. Okay, is it clear? Yes, no? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is nothing but your dog-legged staircase. Here this is called as a flight, this is also called as flight. This is if I say you, this is my first flight, this total, this is my second flight. So in the dog-legged staircase, two flights are there. Okay, so in any staircase minimum two flights are there at least. Normally दोन तरी असतातच. Only in a straight stair, if you see the straight stair, sometimes you see the staircase, it is placed like this from at the ground floor. If you start climbing the steps, it directly ends at the first floor. The straight steps are there. If you go to which example should I give for the straight stair? Tirupati. Okay, if you go there and to go to the temple, if you start walking from the bottom, climbing the steps, then you can see that those steps are the straight steps. that is called as straight staircase. Although in between the landing is given, some portion is horizontal where the steps are not there, you can walk on there. Okay, but if imagine that if the continuous steps are there, there is no landing in between, directly the landing is there at the top. Okay, and at the bottom your approach is there, and in between the continuous steps are there. Okay, so that type of staircase is called as the straight staircase. In that type of staircase only there is a single flight. Otherwise, in each and every staircase there may be minimum two flights are there. Okay, two flights are there. So now I will tell you some standard dimensions related to the staircase. Okay, some standard dimensions of the trade. Okay, so I will write here. Standard means what? Standard, some rule is there. How should you take the riser? How should you take the trade? What should be the dimensions? What should be the range? That is given. Standard dimensions of trade. Okay. So here for residential building, for residential building, it should be for residential building. It should be 250 mm to 270 mm for residential building. For public buildings, for public building, it is 270 mm to 300 mm. But for public building, generally we prefer 300 mm. Okay, and residential building we prefer 250 mm. In some cases, we also go for 300 mm as per the requirement of the client. But for the public building, minimum 270 is minimum, but always we go for 300 mm in the public building. Okay, we provide that. So this is the standard dimensions for trade. Remember this. This can be asked in the MCQs. Then second is, if possible, take down the notes. Not possible, I am insisting you to take down the notes instead of taking the screenshots. The standard dimensions of riser. Standard dimensions of riser. Okay. Again for residential building and for public buildings. So residential building. For residential building it is 150 mm to you can go up to 180 mm. Okay. After 180 mm it is also possible, but it is very difficult. Means human is a very habitual man, so we don't have that much of habit of lifting our leg above 180 mm. If you see here, if you are having a habit of climbing the stair which is having a riser of 150 mm, okay, and years and years you are doing that, you are walking on that staircase, it may be staircase at your house or at your home. Okay, and from last 20 years, 25 years you are walking on that staircase, so you get habitual to that. And if you go somewhere else, suppose now any temple is there, we're having big steps, which are the steps provided in the ancient times, and those types of big steps are there, then you will find it difficult to climb those steps. Okay, you will climb it difficult to you will find it difficult to climb those steps. Why? Because you are getting habitual to the steps which are provided at your home. Okay, so by seeing all these things, now the standards are set. Okay, so if you provide the this riser and trade within this range now, then it is okay. It is not such a rule that it should be like that only. but because of these things it is provided like this. Okay, so this is the standard dimension for riser for residential building. Okay, it is 150 to 180 mm. Now for public building, for public building it is 150 mm. For public building it is 150 mm. For residential it is kept in between 150 to 180 according to your convenience, your choice. Okay, in residential building, but for the public building compulsorily it must be 150 mm. 150 mm is 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches riser. Okay, on site they speak in to 10 inches. Okay, so some important points are there. This is about the riser and tread. Also regarding some points regarding landing and all those things. So I will show you here. Okay. So the minimum width of stairs. The minimum width of stairs. What should be the minimum width of stairs? Okay. What should be the minimum width of stairs for the residential building? So it should be 1.05 meter. Okay, so 1050 mm. Okay, it should be 1050 mm. And in public buildings now, at least you should provide the width of the stair as 1.2 meter, 1 to 1.2 meter. At least it is very least width. It should be provided like 5 feet or 4.55 feet or up to 6 feet. The width should be there. You can see in the say public building now on the same stair at a time many people are climbing those stairs. Okay, so the more space is required. नाहीतर एकामागे एक लाईन लावून आपल्या इथे जात नाही तुम्ही. Okay, so more space is required. So that is the thing is there. So this is the minimum width of staircase 1050. It is for residential. Okay, for public buildings at least 5 feet, 5.5 feet we keep the width. Okay. Then the headroom over the stair. Okay, you know that the headroom is provided in the stair. So headroom means at the top. So what should be the headroom? Stair tower. What should be the height of that stair tower? Hmm? It, headroom. It is it should be at least 2.1 meter. Okay, means what? 2100 mm. That should be the height of that stair tower or headroom. Okay, this should be the height of the stair tower. Then the number of steps in one flight. How many number of steps you can provide in a one flight? So this is also important. In one flight, how many number of steps should be there? Okay, so number of steps in one flight, it should be less than or equal to 12. Okay, or I will write it instead of this. I will write it. Should be less than should be less than or equal to 12. It should not be more than 12. It should not be more than 12. Okay. Next is the next important thing is live load for residential building. Live load for residential building. If the residential building is there, then the live load for residential building is considered in between 2 kilonewton per meter square to 3 kilonewton per meter square. Okay. And then 2 to 3 is the live load, live movement load. Okay. And then live load for public building. For public building, it is for public building it is taken as 5 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, it is taken as 5 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, so these are some important points. In the numerical, if the what we can say live load is given to you, then whatever live load is there, you should consider it while solving the numerical. But if in the numerical the value of live load is not given to you, then from this you can take the value of the live load depending upon the type of building. It is a residential building or public building. Depending upon that, you can take this value. Okay. So this is the introductory part of the staircase. Okay. So many points we have covered. I am not going into the detail of the part which you have already studied in BCD, BPD. You have drawn the staircases. You have already drawn this dog-legged staircase. You know open well staircase. You know what are the different types of staircase. That is quarter turn staircase, then half turn staircase. So circular staircase. There are many types of staircase, and that also you will easily get if you Google the things. So unnecessarily the things which are very simple and easier, I am not going into the details, and it is already taught to you in second year, third year itself. So now in the next lecture, now we will take one numerical, and I will show you how to design the dog-legged staircase. So tomorrow in tomorrow's lecture, we will design the dog-legged staircase, and still if after the design time is remaining, then we will go for open well staircase. Once I tell you the procedure is same for every staircase. Okay, so tomorrow we will see this dog-legged staircase. Before going to the design, we will see the effective span first. How to calculate the effective span for the staircases, and then we will go for the numerical. Okay, so for today it is sufficient now. We will stop over here for today. If you drop your roll number into the chat box with the division first, you have to write A or B in capital. A or B लिहा capital मध्ये. Then give the space. एकदाच सोडा space. चार space सोडू नका किंवा दोनही सोडू नका. Then single space and then write your roll number 01, 02, whatever it may be.